Hi, my name is Sasha and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I read in June. Now, in June I read a total of 7 books, which I'm quite proud of myself for that because lately it's only been like 5 books a month. And I'm not going to be getting to my Goodreads goal with only 5 books a month. So 7 books a month is pretty good. I think I have to read like 1.5 books a week to complete my goal before the end of the year. But we'll see. Anyway, let's just get into it. So the first book I read was Save the Date by Morgan Matson. This was an e-arc provided by NetGalley, so thanks for that, NetGalley and Simon & Schuster. I really loved this book. I gave it 4 stars. It's a nice, cute, fluffy, it's a Morgan Matson book. It's a feel-good book, but then you've got like some deep feelings mixed in with it, and it like also makes you cry. I really related to Charlie. Like if I was 17, like back when I was 17, I'd really understand Charlie. Like 17-year-old Sasha understands 17-year-old Charlie, because when Charlie has a crush on a guy, she has this image of him in her head. Doesn't matter if he's like that or not, but in her head he is like that, so she's obsessing over him, just obsessing over this image of him. And when she like actually talks to a guy, he's nothing like that. And that was me in high school, and I really related to that. It was kind of like, oh gosh, I can't believe I used to do that. But now I'm like 22 or getting married in a couple months, so it will get there, Charlie. It will get there. But I will have a full review up of Save the Date coming soon, so you can have all of my thoughts about that book. So the next book I read was To Kill a Kingdom by Alexander Christo. I gave this book 4 stars. This book is about a siren called Lyra, and she's like the princess. And she's called the Prince's Bane because every year she kills a prince and collects his heart. So she has 16 hearts for every birthday. So she's 16, but she's turning 17 and she does something wrong. So her mum, the Siren Queen, curses her to be a human until she can make things right. The Prince's Bane meets up with the siren killer, who is the prince, and they go on this quest together, but like the prince doesn't know that she's a siren. Romance ensues and blah blah blah, like you know that's gonna happen. It's a kind of a hate to love story, because I'm here like, oh yeah, I could be into it, but then she's like, oh, like I actually hate everybody and I'm so badass. And then getting into it, I'm like, oh my god, she is so badass. I love Lara so much. Ever since she was younger, she was ingrained into her head that the world can't change. The humans are bad, the sirens are good. For the world to go around, sirens kill humans. Lyra, throughout the book, she realizes like the world doesn't have to be like that. It's character development, and that's what I like. I like character development. I also liked the albino queen, like the snow queen in it. She's like a side character and she's into chicks, and I don't know, I thought she was pretty cool. The prince I wasn't a fan of. Really good book. I recommend everyone to read this. The next book I read was Reign the Earth by A.C. Gorgon. I gave this book 4 stars as well. It was okay. Like, I liked the magic system. It was kind of like Avatar, The Last Airbender vibes, because they can control the elements. It was kind of like the other book I read this month, where she starts off with no powers, but like you know she's going to end up getting powers in the end. So Shalia is in an arranged marriage to bring peace to the world. So she gets married off to these white guys who actually treat women like shit. I don't know, maybe I didn't read too much into it, but I didn't see any warnings about emotional abuse and just the way he treated women. And I don't know, it kind of gave, like, I really felt awkward reading this. I like at the end where she like fights back. But there was some things I'm there like, you're an idiot, Shalia. Like, why did you do that? You know, they're gonna find out. I heard that the next book is not about Shalia, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. I wanted to read the rest of Charlie's story. Like, it's not finished. So hopefully in the next book brings Charlia into it. Like Lunar Chronicles. Like, the first book was about Cinder. The second book was about Scarlet, but Cinder was still in it. So maybe that's what this is going to happen with the Elemente series. So the next book I read was Not Your Sidekick by C.B. Lee. This was the name of the book club book of the month, and that's why I picked it up. This was LGBTQIAP+ representation into it. Like, the main character is bisexual, and then you have a trans side character, and you also have Asian rep. Like, I'm pretty sure the main character Jessica is Chinese Korean. I think that's what I read, but like, I might be wrong. Not Your Sidekick, I gave 3 stars. Like, it was so predictable. Like, I'm there like, Jessica, why can't you just see it? Like, are you stupid? And then it happens. I'm like, oh my god, what a surprise. Yeah, it was really cute read. I really enjoyed the romance in it. I liked the premise. Like, Jessica is the daughter of these superheroes, but she's not a superhero herself. And then her parents are like, you need to get a job. So she becomes an intern for her parents' nemesis. Rebel teenager right there. I really enjoyed it, and I kind of want to make my sister read it. It was 3 stars. Like, it was a good book. I enjoyed it, but it was very predictable. If you're into that sort of stuff, cool. Definitely give it a shot. I don't know if I'm going to pick up Not Your Villain. I kind of want to see where the story goes. I don't know. Maybe I'll just like read spoilers online. The next book I picked up was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This book, it's about Fae. It's about the original Fae, of how they're all evil and they play tricks on you and they can't lie, but they will spin their words to get what they want, and I was here for it. I gave this book 4 stars. I didn't mind Jude. Like, I liked her, but she was kind of annoying. Like, she just tried too hard to be like fierce. Ugh, the prince. Like, this was another book, like, with all the, like, abuse that kind of just got awkward for me, and I'm like, I don't know if I really want to read this. That twist at the end, though, like, that is going to bite Jude in the ass, and she's gonna hate herself, and I'm just gonna be like, haha, I told you so. And the next book I read was Rebel of the Sands by Alan Hamilton. I gave this book 4 stars. This book took a while to get into because it was a little bit boring at the start, because they're just like trudging through the desert, and I'm like, ugh, giving me Nevernight feels. But like, the ending, like the last 50 pages was probably the highlight for me. Like, I liked the first 10 pages where she's like this cool, like, blue-eyed bandit and shooting shit up. The first twist I saw coming. Like, you knew that Jin had something to do with that. But the second twist, I should have seen that coming, but like, I just didn't. Like, it was all the signs were there, but I just hope that that doesn't take Amani away from her being like a badass, like, gunslinger. I don't know if I'm going to pick up the next book. Like, Abby will probably be like, Sasha, you have to read the next book. We will see. Like, it was enjoyable. It was a good book. That first bit where they're just going through the desert, I just was like, oh, this is boring. I liked all the mythology aspects to it, how there's like genies, those sand horses, they're cool. I want one of them. If you're into Middle Eastern mythology, like, I definitely give this a read. And the last book I read was Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu. This is the second book in the DC origin stories. I gave this book 3 stars. I love Batman. Like, if you didn't notice, like, Batman's my homie. And I really liked this origin story. Yeah, it was like really good to see like Lucius, and then that end bit where Detective Gordon comes in was pretty cool too. The romance in this was, I didn't see Madeline as a romantic figure. I saw her as kind of crazy, but then I'm like, it's Bruce Wayne. Like, he's into the crazies and he's into the villains, and that's just a thing. You hear Batman and then you hear him with Catwoman and with Poison Ivy. He just likes the villains, and I'm okay with that, but Madeline was just creepy. I really liked his 2 friends. I really liked Diane, actually. One of his best friends. She was really cool. Like, she's probably one of my favorite parts other than Bruce. Gave it 3 stars, and yeah, if you're a fan of Batman, you'll definitely enjoy this book. Like, it's not critical part of his story. Like, there's just so many storylines of Batman and Bruce Wayne, but yeah, if you just want a nice, fun read, Like, I definitely would pick this up. So out of those 7 books, only 2 of them were not from the library. I did a library haul earlier in the month and I wanted to read all of them. I did not get to Angel Fall, but that's okay. I had read Save the Date, which was really cool, like, because that was given to me by NetGalley to do a review on, which I will be bringing up soon. And then the other book was Not Your Sidekick, because that was the name of the book club book of the month. So I bought that. Batman Nightwalker, I was reading as an ebook. And I had borrowed that from the library at the start of the month. And then I forgot I had bought it on a lay-by as well. So that's why I have a hard copy of it too. Those were my thoughts on the books that I read in June. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Add me on Goodreads at sashreads, on Bookstagram at sashreads as well. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.